Hi guys and Happy New Year. On this episode I want to talk about 5 up and coming bands that you should keep your eyes and your ears on in 2024. We have a power metal band, we have a classic rock band, we have a death metal band, thrash metal band and something that I call for now mainstream rock band. The first band I want to talk about is the band Lovebites out of Japan. It's an all-female power metal band. They have made 4 albums. I was late to the party on this one and I found out about them because in my video about the 10 best albums of 2023 that you can actually see up here, a lot of people were commenting, mentioning this band, and it was too many comments, so I got curious, so I started looking into them, and these guys have been rising really fast. I mean, they have played around Europe. They played at Wacken in 2018, and you know, like, they're getting recognized. I'm late to the party on this one, I admit that, but it's really good stuff. I'm usually not a big fan of power metal, but this band has something extra that kind of takes it from average to great, I would say. I mean, the precision in their playing and the skills that they have are just out of this world. It reminds me a lot of like kind of Halloween, a little bit of Iron Maiden, Rage, this new wave British heavy metal, but also kind of mixed with thrash metal elements. There are some songs there that you can feel that there's a little bit more thrash metal. So they are going to be touring to some extent in Europe. I think there are more dates going to be added, but I've seen that there are, 3-4 dates on their page of European dates. So check out Lovebites. You can see them probably live this year. Now, the next band is a classic rock band, and for us, the fans of the old masters, it's not very often that those bands come along, but that's the band Dirty Honey from Los Angeles, California. So they kind of, I would say, became a band in 2017, and it's kind of a classic California story. They were playing on Sunset Boulevard outdoor or something, and that's where the kind of band became official, let's say. And they have made 2 albums. The last one came out in autumn 2023 called Can't Find the Brakes. I actually found this band because they were opening up for Kiss here in the summer, and I didn't know that band before that, and I started checking them out, and then this album came out. I did a review on it, and it's a really good band, great album. All the kind of stuff that we classic rock fans like without being a copy of any one thing. So the obvious influences are, Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith, the Black Crowes, and these kind of bands, but still they don't, just copy it and try to recreate it. They've been opening, as I said, for Kiss and Guns N' Roses, so I think this is a band that is gonna get much bigger now. They're touring now, and they'll be going on a European tour in Germany, France, here in the Czech Republic, the UK as well. So you can check out Dirty Honey live in Europe this year. Now the third band is Hellripper. That's a thrash metal band. I would say kind of a thrash beat black metal band though. And it's an interesting band. I listened to a podcast with a guy that is kind of he is the band. His name is James McBain and he's from Scotland. So he does everything himself. He plays all the instruments, he programs the drum though, and he plays and sings and all that. He writes all the songs obviously and all that stuff. So it's kind of like DIY band, or if you can say. And it's interesting, in this podcast he actually makes a living off this by selling merchandise. He has a really cool social media presence where he's kind of created this cult around having a goat head on, not like a live goat, but like a mask of a goat on your head and stuff like that. Girls are posting themselves in tank tops with his band on it and stuff like that. So check out Hellripper on social media. That's a fun thing to do. So that band has kind of a, I would say, nostalgic feel, but with a modern sound. So you can hear all the old kind of Metallicas, the Slayers, some of the old black metal stuff in that. And it's fun to listen to. It's really catchy riffs, good hooks, great choruses. So Hellripper, James McBain and Hellripper has made 3 albums. He made an album last year called Warlocks, Grim and Withered Hags, and that came out early 2023, I think in February or something like that. And he hasn't really been touring until 2022. He started touring. Before that it was like 2-3 gigs a year, but now he's gonna tour with Abbath, and he's coming to Europe and the UK in January and February, and then he has a lot of festivals booked in the summers. Now, since we went to the thrash metal, let's just move from there to the death metal. The next band is Asinhell. That's the band that I voted is the best album last year. You can check that up here, in Pihora. So Asinhell is Mikael Poulsen from Volbeat plus Mark Greve, who was in Morgoth, and a guy called Morten Toft Hansen. I don't remember, I think Ronshi was his band or something like that. But these guys all have a background in death metal. Mikael Poulsen from Volbeat was a death metal guy before he joined Volbeat. This was the debut album. They made this album now in the autumn of 2023 called Impihora. And I voted it, as I said, my best album. It's sort of an ode or a love letter, let's say, to old school death metal, to bands like Death, Obituary, Morbid Angel even, and Tombed, and bands like this. I feel that this band has flown a little bit under the radar, or this album has flown a little bit under the radar, but I think that might change because they have booked some festivals in the summer. They have some 7-8 gigs booked throughout Europe, and there's probably more to come. And yeah, if you can, check out this band, Asinhell. Impihora is the album, and you can see them maybe live somewhere. So before the last band, I would like to ask you to like and subscribe to this video if you're happy so far. Now, the last band on my list is kind of a Cinderella story. I don't know exactly where to start, but they started big for sure. That's the band The Warning from Mexico. 3 sisters from Mexico. Now they're aged between 20 and 24, I think, something like that. But they started out 10 years ago with a YouTube video covering Enter Sandman by Metallica barefoot in a garage somewhere. And that video now has 25 million views. And you would think that that's a hard thing to top. But they went on. They have now made 3 albums. The last one, I think, in 2022 called Error or The Error. And I had no clue that this band, I had seen that video of them covering Enter Sandman, like I think everybody, or at least 25 million people did. But I had no clue that this actually had become something, and it has become something. And actually there's a version of them playing Enter Sandman in their own kind of adapted version recently, which is really, really cool. So you should check that out on YouTube. This band is obviously has been influenced by Metallica, by Muse, by Pink Floyd, Queen, and you hear all this, but still in a unique way. And that's where I struggle. I don't really know in which box to put this band. So I called them in the beginning mainstream rock, but I don't know. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's more prog or whatever. But you tell me, guys, what is that band, The Warning? Now, they are going to be touring Europe. They're going to be playing at least here in Prague, and I guess, you know, they could be France, Germany, all the neighboring countries as well in April, and I'm hoping to see them. And they also are booked for some festivals in the summer. So yeah, these are my 5 bands to keep your eyes and ears on for 2024. Please tell me yours and join me in this video here talking about the 10 best albums of 2023, or in this one here where I talk about the 5 worst albums of 2023. See you in those videos. Bye.